Hey, it's Todd Berry from toddberry.com. What if, whenever you went to pick up the phone, you thought about this just briefly? Hey, I never know what I'm going to catch. So I'm going to give you a little fishing analogy that's really valuable if you get this. So many years ago, I was down in Tampa, and I live in Maryland. At least now I live in Maryland, but I love to fish. I was down there, and I was doing a meeting for a group, and I was staying with some really a nice couple that lived right on the bay there. And I did the meeting the one night. The next day we were just hanging out a little bit, meeting with some people, and then I had a little free time in the afternoon. And I said, hey, could you have a fishing pole so I could go fishing, out front here for a little bit? And he's like, oh, yeah. So we went down to the bait store and got a little bit of bait, and it's a little shallow going out, and so I waded out to water about up to my chest, probably 30 yards offshore, so that I could cast out into deeper water. And I'm fishing in the Tampa Bay, which has all kinds of stuff in it. And I never fished there before, but I'd asked what was the best bait to use, etc. So I'm fishing for maybe half hour, and then I hook something, and it's a good fish. I mean, I got a nice fish on this line. So I'm winding it in, and I'm fighting the fish, and then I start thinking about it. While I'm fighting the fish, I'm starting to think about it. Wait a minute. I'm out in the bay. I'm in Tampa. There's plenty of sharks in the Gulf and in the bay, and I'm in water up to my chest, and I'm pulling something towards me, and I don't know what it is. And so I certainly want to catch the fish, but I don't know what I have on the line. And so I start slowly backing up, and I work myself all the way back to dry land while I finally land this fish. And I think it was a pompano or something. It was about like this. It's a nice fish, but obviously it wasn't a man-eater. It wouldn't have killed me. It wouldn't have hurt me. And the odds that would have happened were pretty small, but it doesn't matter. The mentality was, I didn't know what I had on the line. Right? I didn't know what I had on the line. And that is exciting. That is what happens for you every time you make a contact, every time you have a meeting, every time you're on a phone call. You don't know what you have on the line. Anything can happen, right? That they might be the next mega fish that comes into that pool of opportunity, right? They might be the biggest player in your company. They might lead you to the next biggest player in your company. You don't know. Or they could just be a nice business builder. You don't know. And quit thinking that you do, because you don't. Until you see the fish, you don't know what fish you got, unless you're fishing in a bathtub and there's only one fish, right? So it's an important thing for a multitude of reasons. One, it's fun to recognize that you're just casting your line out. As long as you're putting your line in the water, anything can happen. And you don't know what can happen, but you got to put your line in the water, because if your line ain't in the water, you can't catch anything, right? If you don't put it out there, you can't catch anything. But the second thing is, you never know what it is that you caught. Even once you sponsor someone, you don't know. You don't know. You never know, right? I mean, you might have someone that you sponsor, and they don't do anything for 3 months, and then they go on to be huge, right? You don't know, right? As long as you treat people right and make them feel welcome, anything can happen. But I want you to think about that the next time you go to pick up a phone call. Or your phone and make a phone call. You don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know. Anything could happen, but you don't know what's going to happen. And the only way to find out is to cast your line, is to make the phone call, is to make that reach out. I don't know. I hope that was fun for you. I mean, I love to fish, and there's so many analogies in fishing, because it's the same, right? It's the same. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. Please click share and send it on to someone. Send it on Facebook or send it into the ether somewhere, so maybe it can help someone else. And if you haven't signed up for my blog, and get my 27 phrases at work going up top now, and put your email in and get your download, because it will really help you. Okay? Hey, thanks for stopping by.